The evening mist cloaked the abandoned ruins where time seemed to have stood still, awaiting the unknown. Among the ivy-covered remnants of an ancient temple adorned with forgotten symbols lay the entrance to the legendary Labyrinth of the Minotaur. Jonathan Morris, a young explorer fascinated by ancient myths and legends, stood at the threshold of this forgotten world. His eyes burned with detachment and a thirst for adventure. Clutching an ancient map and a flashlight, he was ready to delve into the heart of the ancient labyrinth. Secrets. This place is full of them, Jonathan whispered to himself as he stepped into the labyrinth. He felt the wind die down behind him, and the silence of the labyrinth enveloped him, foreboding and told trials ahead. With every step on the cold stone floor, Jonathan awakened echoes of ages past. The walls were adorned with enigmatic symbols and depictions of battles and mythical creatures that seemed to come to life in the light of his flashlight. The air was thick with the scent of earth and antiquity, broken only by his own breathing and footsteps. Soon, Jonathan encountered the labyrinth's first puzzle, an ancient mural depicting the key to further progress. Complex and intricate, much like the labyrinth itself, it intrigued the explorer. As he deciphered it, Jonathan felt the walls of the labyrinth almost come alive, revealing new pathways and hidden chambers. Each room and corridor held its own secrets, ancient artifacts, forgotten scroll writings, depictions of gods and heroes. The labyrinth unfolded in his imagination, narrating stories of the past, intertwining reality with legends. As Jonathan delved deeper into the labyrinth, he began to sense something more than just the walls and corridors around him. An inexplicable energy hung in the air, a premonition of something grand and terrifying. And then, turning a corner, he froze. There stood the Minotaur, a massive, muscular creature with the head of a bull and the body of a man. Its eyes glowed red, and each breath was like a bellow. Instinctively, Jonathan retreated, but the Minotaur had already noticed him. With a strength that could shatter stones, the creature attacked. Jonathan dodged, feeling the rush of air as the Minotaur's powerful swing missed him. It was clear that brute force wouldn't defeat this being. He needed another plan. The explorer began to maneuver through the labyrinth's convoluted corridors, using his speed and agility. The Minotaur, powerful yet cumbersome in the confines of its eternal prison, moved clumsily. Jonathan realized that his advantage lay in cunning and knowledge of the labyrinth. As Jonathan evaded the Minotaur, the labyrinth continued to unveil its secrets. He discovered a chamber adorned with ancient frescoes depicting gods and mythical beings. Among them was Athena, the goddess of wisdom, pointing to a sacred amulet said to have the power to tame the Minotaur. Delving deeper into the mystical aspects of the labyrinth, Jonathan encountered various fantastical creatures, each representing a unique riddle or challenge. From ancient nymphs guarding sacred springs to cunning spirits offering enigmatic riddles, their solutions opened new paths in the labyrinth. With each step, he realized more profoundly that the labyrinth was not just stone walls and corridors, but a living entity filled with magic and ancient knowledge. Each encounter, each symbol on the wall became part of a puzzle Jonathan pieced together in his mind, seeking a way to conquer the Minotaur and unravel the mystery of the labyrinth. After hours of navigating and unraveling the labyrinth, Jonathan finally found what he had been searching for, the ancient amulet depicted in the frescoes. It lay hidden in the heart of the labyrinth, in a sacred chamber bathed in dim light. The amulet radiated a mysterious glow, pulsating with ancient magic. Armed with the amulet and newfound knowledge, Jonathan returned to where he had last encountered the Minotaur. The creature emerged from the shadows, its eyes ablaze with fury. But this time, Jonathan was prepared. Stepping forward confidently, he raised the amulet, and suddenly light flooded the room. The Minotaur, caught in the beams of light, froze, its roar turning into a groan. The beast began to slowly transform, the terror and rage in its eyes giving way to fear and sorrow. Before Jonathan stood not a monster, but a prisoner, a being suffering under an ancient curse. "You are free," Jonathan whispered, feeling the amulet heal and release the Minotaur from its curse. The light dissipated, and the Minotaur vanished, leaving behind only a faint trace in the air. With the Minotaur's disappearance, the labyrinth itself seemed to exhale in relief. The walls slowly faded away, revealing long-hidden halls filled with treasures and ancient artifacts. At the center of one chamber stood an altar, upon which lay a scroll. It told of the curse cast upon the Minotaur and how this curse had bound it to the labyrinth. Jonathan realized that the labyrinth was not merely a prison for the Minotaur but a guardian of ancient knowledge. Freeing the Minotaur meant unraveling the secrets that had been locked away within these walls for centuries. As he left the now ordinary complex of broken corridors and chambers, Jonathan glanced back one last time. He carried with him not just treasures and artifacts but also the lessons he had learned from this adventure. The labyrinth had taught him that behind every fear lies a story, and behind every monster, a mystery to be unraveled. Returning to the modern world, Jonathan knew that his tale of the labyrinth of the Minotaur would be more than just a story of another adventure. It would be a reflection on the power of myths and legends, enduring through ages and altering perceptions of reality.